Welcome to Humor and Healing again. Another episode, guys. Well, it was exciting last week. Yeah, we got a lot of information on postpartum depression.
Yeah,
right?
and we can't wait.
Right? And men have it too.
Yeah,
Men have it too.
Yes.
So, hello, Irvin. How was your week? Anything interesting?
So far, so good, man. I mean, other than being sick the whole last week, I'm doing all right, man.
All right.
Sorry
to hear that.
I know.
It's just than me, that's for sure.
It's Christmas season. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's hard.
More than gifts.
It's hard to sound deep when you got a freaking stupid voice. You know, you're trying to give good advice, and people are just trying to.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I know, right? Because
Like an old man whisper.
you have to talk because they're gonna ask you questions. That's your job
okay.
to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's okay. You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
Somewhere normal today.
Well, we had a good weekend. We had robotics with Oli.
Yeah, we had robotics.
She got. I gotta brag a little bit. You know, she got her gold medal.
Gold medal.
The school got 2
We're
trophies.
discussing where she gets all her intelligence from, and I think it's me.
I think
He swears. He's like, be modest, but he's not being modest.
that's right.
But yeah, so let's jump in. I have a few announcements to tell you for next year, tour dates and big theater show. But we'll discuss that at the end. But let's jump in. What do we have this week?
Today we have 2 videos. One of them is about an ungrateful single mother regrets telling her husband the real reason she married him.
Ooh,
Let's go.
All right, y'all. So do you side with a man or woman in the case I'm about to present here? Okay, I'm actually going to side with the man on it, but I'd like to hear what you have to say. So this man and this woman, husband and wife, they're having a party. They've been married for a couple years, and he's giving relationship advice to some of their friends. And she comes over and says, don't take relationship advice from him. And he thinks she's playing around and says, well, it got me you, didn't it? She says, the only reason you got me is because I was recently divorced, scared, and I had a kid. And basically, he was a safe choice. And he goes silent. Right? And I mean, I don't know. That would be so freaking devastating. Okay. But a couple days later, she realizes how silent and how affected he is. And she tries apologizing. He said, I'll be okay. And then like 2 weeks later, she's starting to get into panic because he will not talk to her. He won't do anything. She starts cooking his favorite foods, trying to do all the things that he likes, even goes so far as to have their kids go stay at her parents' house. He goes to work for a couple days. He comes back. As soon as he walks in the door, he said, can you sit down on the couch for a second? Sits down and said, we're done. We're getting a divorce. And she tried everything. She begged him not to go. She said, I love you now. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I actually side with the guy on this. And I'm not trying to be mean. I understand everybody's situation would be different. But the fact of the matter is, and a lot of people are going to say, no, you work harder on a marriage. To me, that contract's null and void.
So, so they're having a party, as you can see. Again, all these videos are linked in the description. And if you're listening, you know, just like in the description, click on it. They're having a party and the husband's giving relationship advice. And she's like, you can't give advice. And he's like, why not? And then she lets him know, like, the real reason why she married him. And it wasn't surprisingly for love.
Yeah. Yep. And there's a Heisman Trophy winner right now that they're actually talking about. Having
Oh, no.
His girl, like, there's people on social media going like, dude, I know you don't know, but she's just using you, man. The way she's acting about you, the way she's demanding with you, like, don't marry her. And he's just blinded by love. He's like, I'm still gonna marry her. And it's sad that later on you figure it out, because I think he did the right thing. Yeah. If you only married me for that reason, for security reasons, because you knew it was a good business decision, like a good business strategy to secure the bag, como se dice.
Yeah, because the sad part in the video, you can see he gets really thoughtful, because he just stops and thinks, and then 2 weeks later he's asking for a divorce. Uh-huh. And she's kind of taken aback, like, wait, what do you mean? And he's really thinking about this, like, you didn't love me.
Yeah, and all those things that I made his favorite food, that was just your strategy to secure the bag again. You let it go. You're like, oh, that's the only reason. Why didn't you do it before? See, why didn't you wait till it was being threatened? Your security was being threatened. That you were like, oh, now I'm gonna go cook for him, and now
I know, that was sneaky.
So as an official licensed person, how would you look at this situation? What would you have told him if he came in to you and said, hey, this is what was it his girlfriend?
No, his wife.
Right? His wife.
Yeah, he's asked her for divorce because of that.
His wife, if he comes in and tells you, this is what my wife said. What would you tell him as advice towards him?
It's rough. I'm going to be honest. It's really hard to come back from that. I've had a couple where something sort of similar happened where, the wife basically said, I'm not in love with you anymore. I think I'm in love with someone else. And, I never really loved you. Something like that, right? And it didn't pan out for the wife.
Yeah.
And so now she comes back and he stayed because of the kids. But, I get a chance to talk to him and he's just like, I don't see her the same.
Oh, no.
It's gone.
But did she say she loved him now? Like
she does. I made a mistake and, trying to fix it. And she really did a lot. But, when I was working with him, he was just like, I don't see her the same. Like that.
Because your foundation's not there anymore.
Exactly. Because, now he's questioning everything. He's questioning, did she really love me? All those words, all those times they were together, having a good time or intimacy or whatever. Like all that's fake as far as he's concerned. It's not real.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing. I was talking to another therapist today, and a lot of people think that men only cheat for physical reasons, just sex. And there's like recent studies within the last like 3 to 5 years, and they're finding out men also cheat because of emotions. Emotional needs aren't being met. And,
absolutely.
And most of the time it goes to, my wife doesn't respect me. She doesn't care about my interests. She doesn't care to, find any interest in me as a person. But this girl at work, she pays attention to me. She looks at me with admiration. She feels, proud of me.
She pumps him up.
And can we go back to just human nature, your instincts? As a man, you want to be the provider, even if society sets that tone for you or those expectations. But at the end of the day, that's how you feel fulfilled as a man. Mm-hmm. And you're this guy that you're wanted. And so when those things are not being fulfilled, those basic human instincts that you want to feel, and somebody else provides those for you, you're going to be attracted to that person.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I can see why men will go, oh, I don't have respect at home, but look, here I'm a god.
Yeah.
Here, everybody likes me. At work, everybody respects me. I'm the supervisor.
Yeah.
Imagine that. If being the supervisor, at your house, you can't say anything. You don't get a say in everything. But at work, everybody, sir, how are you? And the women respect you.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't supervise at home. We learned that this week, right, babe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You tried supervising me. I said,
What?
I'm just saying, man, people cheat at work. That's all I'm saying.
You can't be like,
You
hey,
miss
the
the
way you
supervisor.
put away that clothes, the way you wash the toilet, nah,
See
don't.
how that doesn't work?
Don't. It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the
You didn't
same.
appreciate the review?
I did not appreciate
And no
the
amount of
review.
money is going to let you be able to say that. By the way.
Goes both ways. You see that?
So is there any solution? Because there are people out there probably
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, come on, really? What a big deal! She loves him now. Can't you just overcome that and just?"
No, because like Irvin said, he's doubting everything that's ever happened because the foundation is not there. He doesn't know now if she's being real or not because all those
trust
times
her.
Yeah.
that he believed that she was
Trust is not
being
there because
real.
if you lied so
Wasn't.
good about that, what makes me trust you on anything?
Yeah, you're a good liar, girl. Like I don't
It's a
know.
betrayal. It's a betrayal, and that's why it's still
That burns.
So that's why it's not easy. It's just crazy because I know what I just said. People are going, "Oh, what a big deal! Just get over it." No, because it didn't happen to you. Because it didn't betray you.
Yep.
When you feel that betrayal, I want you to answer that question too. And when I'm saying a betrayal could be cheating, physical cheating, or you lying.
But that's
to
a
me.
big lie.
Exactly. That's a betrayal. So the trust is not there.
This is not a novela.
I know. It was
This is
only
not a
one
novela.
Camino.
But even like you said, the only reason they stayed together was because of the kids.
Yeah.
And even then, he said, I still can't look at her the same anymore.
Yeah. I'll say this. We were able to make it work, and they're still together now, like a year later, and they're the best they've ever been. That's a rare case, if I'm being honest, though. I feel like just
Okay,
putting that
Mr.
out
Licensed.
there. But
No,
Okay.
but
No,
you don't
That's
know
good.
how they figured it out.
Yeah.
There's still going to be certain boundaries
hard.
that
Yeah.
he sets. Goes, you know what? I'm just going to give up on this
Yeah.
and just do this and this and go through the
Yeah.
motions.
Yeah, and if I could just
That's
tell
a
you
lot.
kind of like generally what they did was I just basically let him know, like, hey, you have the opportunity now that you actually know how she feels about you, or she felt about you then, but how she's telling you now. You have the opportunity to reframe. So in therapy, that's actually a technique, reframing. Basically, reframing is, let me just give you an example. Someone who has like a negative thought about themselves that's not productive, like let's say you failed a math test and you think, damn, see, there it goes again. I suck at math, or I'm so stupid, right? Reframing and having a more positive mindset is going, okay, you know what? I failed, but I think I know what I need to do next time to do better. That's a reframe. You're trying to make a conscious choice to be productive, to be positive, or to be growth oriented, so that you're not hyper focused on the negative, you're focused on the positive. And so I told them, you have a chance to reframe if you really care, and basically completely have a redo in your marriage and start to date this person. Now you know the real person. If you choose to be with her, okay, let's try to see what we can do. So they did. She was very real. She started answering all kinds of questions for him. They sort of rebranded the marriage, and now he's like, I got to make this relationship with this person who I now know. This is the real person. And so that was enough for them to, and she was honest though. I'll give her credit. She was honest about stuff that I don't know if I would have been honest about.
Really?
Details.
I got a big question for you.
Yeah.
Would something like this, would you be able to use EMDR?
Yes, actually. Yes. We
erase his memory.
Yeah, we would.
Doesn't erase your memory. Were you not listening?
No, I get it. It's a laser.
A laser?
Or whatever, the little.
Oh, no.
The little lights.
Let's go back.
I can't wait to do it.
Oh, my gosh. And so I know there's options. It doesn't just have to be the light. There's actually, you can wear like headset and like sounds like on each side.
Oh.
The hearing test.
Yeah.
And also like these little buzzers that you hold on and they start vibrating like left, right, left, right.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Some people, like, their eyes start to hurt. They get a headache.
Oh, that would be me.
So you have to try, different things.
Okay.
So,
cool.
but anyways,
so it would work.
It would work because for him, he was stuck on a memory of finding out.
Yeah.
That's what he couldn't let go of. And so we were able to use that to like let it go.
Very cool.
And so he was able to just sort of reframe it and see it in a more productive place and just let it go is a real question. Yeah. So he forgave. He didn't forget it, but he definitely forgave and was able to move forward.
Nice. Very cool.
Now, and it's healthy. It's at the end of the day, this is your life, and I don't know how much time he invested in this partner of his. So it's easy for us to say, "Oh, just let her go," or "What's the big deal?" But it's a big investment, man. You got to see if it's worth fighting for at the end of the day.
Yeah. And in his case, I could see why. I got a chance to really get to know them.
You know how much money he had? And you're like, I could see why he would.
Herman's like,
man, if I was going to lose that much money, I would work it out too.
He was a good guy. That's one thing we really, he was a good guy. I liked him a lot. And
I mean, obviously.
Well, clearly, we worked together for a while, and I got to know them both. They're good people, and that whole cheating thing we talked about, right? Like, cheating always starts off as emotional, especially when the need isn't being met. If you're starving or thirsty in the desert, you see a cup of water, it doesn't matter. You're gonna go running at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're desperate enough. So a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Very cool. I like that. We could use EMDR for that. I want to move on to another video. And this is, I think it's going to hit home for a few people. It's the other side of deadbeat dads. And this one was posted by thebreakupbounce. And let's take a look.
Some men are just deadbeat dads, but majority of the time, men typically don't give up on children, but they do give up on co-parenting if the wife is too difficult. That happens a lot. When there's some mothers who make even seeing the child a headache and really drive that man away, he ends up giving up on the children. And children are just collateral damage from the mum being too difficult. And then what the mum does is brainwash the children into thinking that the dad was this and the dad was that and dad was that. So that child grows up into the real world thinking dad is a prick, mum was the savior. The only people that suffer are the children.
All right. So I like what it said in there about it said the majority of the time men don't give up on children, but they do give up on co-parenting if the wife is too difficult. I was like, ouch.
Yeah, I can't tell you how true that is. She's very good. She gives a lot of really great practical stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I'll tell you is that's just true across the board with co-parenting or even regular parenting of a couple. What happens is the wife gives resistance to the husband whenever he's trying to parent and be a dad, and she starts to parent him and sort of starts putting the leash on him, like, no, you can't do that. That's not okay. And she takes over. And so she starts wearing the pants in the relationship. And here's the thing that I'm guilty of sometimes, and most men that I see in my sessions are guilty of. They don't want to fight. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the headache. I don't want to have issues with you. They get passive, and the wife takes over. And that's where a lot of this stuff happens, where guys just don't parent, really. They give up. They're like, whatever, you take the lead. I'll just give the money, whatever. And that happens a lot in marriages and in co-parenting. I've seen both sides where there's a deadbeat dad, and I've seen the other side where there's a really good dad. I'm working with him. We're working on stuff, and he bends over backwards, and the mom is just using the kids as a weapon.
Oh.
Just to like get at
paint that picture of him not being a good dad.
Exactly.
Okay. That being said, I would never stop fighting for Oli. Does that make sense? Meaning, I don't know how evil she is, but at the end of the day, it's still going to sound as an excuse to your kids when you give up. Do you understand? Because I couldn't fathom me thinking ever giving up on fighting for Oli. I would fight till I die, like till I'm dead. And a lot of parents say that, no, for my kids, I'd die for my kids. Then you're about to go through hell. That partner you married was the wrong partner. And I'm sorry, but you don't get to quit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yes, she's a horrible human being, and I can't deal with her. I understand that is your cross to bear. Because that kid, anything that you say above, I killed myself trying to be there. I'm dead now because I tried my best.
Yeah.
Close to that, he's not going to be accepted. Anything beyond that's not going to be accepted.
And at the end of the day, you picked her.
You picked her, and that's just a fight that you're going to have to just buckle up and say, here we go. And never think that I'm just going to give up. It's impossible to deal with your mother. Too bad. I'm sorry. The kid, and he's never going to, or she's never going to understand.
And vice versa, too, with men, too. Like, women can give up with their husbands or with the baby daddies.
Yep.
Baby
but
daddy.
you also have to fight, too, because it's also,
Absolutely.
I mean, it just put your boundaries if you need to, but...
Yeah.
That's all you got, man. Keep fighting. Like, don't
Your
give up.
baby's
I
your
understand
baby.
because it's so easy. Because now you have an excuse to not pick them up. Now you have an excuse to be an absent dad. Why? Your mom's horrible to deal with. It was your mom never let you get close to you. Who cares? I would never let anybody keep me from my kid, including Rocio. But that's listen.
I'm just checking.
That's
Like, what's under your pillow?
You want to go to Tijuana?
No, I never want to go. He always wants to take me to Mexicali. No, he says let's go to Mexicali, and I'm like, that's too deep, homie.
Come on, girl.
That is too deep. Yeah, but it goes both ways, I think. And if you really want to fight for your baby, I think you really gotta. I mean,
And as a mom, I'm pretty sure that's devastating what you're doing to your kid. At the end of the day, to badmouth his dad, and to keep him from him, like keep your child from his own.
I don't know if I could do that, but again, we're in different situations. Like badmouth, like Richard to Oli. I don't know. Like we're in different situations. I picked the good one.
I'm glad you said different situations. You can also be a crackhead, and I understand why the mom doesn't want you around him.
Well,
You understand? So you also got to self-reflect and go, wait, is it me? Is she being a B because I'm the one that's doing
maybe I am a crackhead.
I am a crackhead. Maybe that's why she doesn't want me around the kid. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not that she's a bad person. Maybe you need to stop, bring that pipe down.
You know, one thing I could say too is, what about the moms that feel the guilt and they push their kids to have a relationship with the dad who's just no good either?
Yeah, that's another.
You know what I mean?
Yes, there's a lot of situations. That's not healthy either.
Gosh.
That's not healthy. The kid doesn't want to be there because he doesn't feel wanted. I mean, how many times do we hear, ma, ya vine, ahí le voy a dejar a Martín, your grandkid.
Yeah.
They just come and drop off the kid. Like, And the kid's going, Mom, I don't want to go with my dad. No, tienes que ir. You have to go with your dad.
He's just going to drop me off at grandma's.
Yeah, he drops me off at grandma, and it's boring. I don't do
Yeah.
anything. I just sit watch TV with grandma all day long for 3 days.
Novelas.
Yeah, because dad just drops him off.
That's true. That's sad.
To do. He has a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, dude. Moms, listen to your kids. Why don't you want to go?
That too.
It's boring. He doesn't take me anywhere. I just go to grandma's house.
Yeah.
Híjole.
It happens. All right.
Take that.
People are listening, going like, "So what's the answer?" There is no answer.
There's so many things. It's POV, guys. It's POV. It's so many different points.
Boundaries. That's it. That's it. It's and one practical thing I'll say is, when you practice, you could do everything perfect boundaries. You can communicate perfect. You can set the perfect boundaries. If the person doesn't accept it, it doesn't mean you didn't do it right. Sometimes you're just dealing with someone who's unreasonable. They're stupid. They just want to fight with you. But you're only responsible for you. So make sure that you're doing a good job of communicating the boundaries and continuing to fight. They're going to fight you because they want control, or they want, they don't want to have like a leash on them, so to speak. But you just keep going. Keep setting those boundaries, and you allow people to treat you according to how you let them. Like, it's that simple.
And don't tell them they're stupid. I mean, they're stupid.
Please don't.
I know.
Just don't tell them, hey, you know what I found out? You're stupid. And I should have listened to it. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, once you come to that conclusion, just know that internally you're going to think, okay, I'm dealing with a stupid person. I cannot tell them they're stupid. I just need to walk away slowly.
Yeah, don't make it worse for yourself.
Yeah, don't start calling people stupid.
No, don't start.
You don't hurt this podcast, you're stupid.
They said.
They said it, not me.
Well, speaking about children,
Oh.
there's not a video. I mean, this is a video that I saw, and I think it's interesting to talk about. It's about gender reveals, and I feel like this happens all the time. I've been seeing all these like fails on gender reveals where, and this one in particular, I'll put in the description as well. But the mother-in-law goes like crazy when she finds out the gender, and she goes straight for the husband and leaves the mom on the side, and the mom's like mad. She's like super upset. This is my moment, right? She's pregnant. This is her and her husband's moment. And the mom's like,
and the
mother-in-law jumps in the sun, and she's all over. Oh my gosh, she's so happy. My son. And the wife confronts the mother-in-law, and she's like, hey, you took my moment. You took this moment from us. And the mother-in-law's like, I think you're just tired. I think you're just hormonal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is your hormonal. Oh my God. You don't tell a pregnant mom that.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't breathe. No, I'm gonna stop. You good? You just completely stole our moment.
No, come on then.
This was right. This is our baby,
Don't
and
worry
the
about it.
gender. No, it's not like I'm worried. I just want to address it because I don't think this was right.
I'm excited that you're having a baby.
Well, you
Just
didn't allow him to
excited.
hug me. I'm his
Pardon?
wife. You didn't allow him to hug me.
Yeah.
Are you up to every day? Like, what's the problem?
Yes, but then we just found out we're gonna have a little baby girl.
It's fine, it's fine, it's
And
fine.
I just told you that it's my first
No,
granddaughter
you
as well.
threw
Like,
yourself at it.
No,
Right?
no.
Crazy.
Come on, everyone's happy. Come on, let's.
no, I give a minute, no. Go on.
I don't think this is right because you just literally threw yourself at Dane, ended up on the sofa. He couldn't even like hug me.
Right, listen, are you a little bit hormonal? Do you
Oh,
want
We're both
please
fine.
don't.
No,
This is
Tyler.
disgusting.
Right, just wait a minute. Why is everyone starting at me and attacking me? Come on, love. Honestly, we've had a nice day. We'll tidy all this up.
You know, like you said, we had a nice day.
Stop
We
filming.
had a nice day, and I'm done
Stop
with this.
filming.
I'm done with it.
What can we give like advice to those moms? Because I know like I've been in situations where like I've been pregnant before, and when you're pregnant, you feel everything 10 times more, right? What can we give advice to pregnant moms that are going through something like everybody like they either want a baby shower or a gender reveal? Should we encourage this behavior? What should she have done? Should she have confronted the mother-in-law?
Yeah. You know,
She have waited.
I mean, I'm not a fan of confronting like in front of a group of people, like because people get defensive. Like, what's the point of making them feel stupid and like everyone's against them? Of course, she's gonna fight back and not just accept it. You know,
Yeah.
she's not gonna be lectured to, right?
Start gaslighting like a mother.
That's what she was doing, though, right?
Yeah.
Totally did.
So that's why I think maybe more in private would have been better. But I actually think that this girl in the video did a good job. She was clear. You made this moment about you, and it's about us. She didn't even say about me. It's like, it's us.
Right.
You know, your son. And yeah, this is a very selfish person, it looks like. I don't know her life, but just from that snippet.
The mother-in-law?
The mother-in-law is very selfish. And I'm wondering, because I've seen something similar where the son is not making a place for his wife or girlfriend. And he has kind of an unhealthy attachment to the mom, where like mom treated him like a little husband. And so she got super close to him.
That's weird.
And so now, like that he's older, she's overprotective and she's still trying to be in his life in that way. And so I'm running into the situation. That's why.
Oh,
Into
really?
the situation. And yeah, basically the son really needs to speak up. He, there's guilt there. He doesn't want to tell her. And so the girl basically did a good job. You need to confront, and that's just how you deal with things. Is it awkward? Of course it's awkward, but you're better off having a tense, awkward conversation now than a big issue later.
Right.
You know, like there's a thing that we say in therapy all the time. A fight delayed is a fight multiplied. It's just going to get worse.
Let me ask you a question. I agree with bringing the mother into a private setting. Can we go talk to the bedroom?
Yeah.
And then have a conversation with her. Should she have brought her husband and talked to her husband first and go, listen, I need you to back me up on this conversation with your mother.
Yes.
And I need you to come in there with me. I don't need you to say anything because I don't need you to tell her what I felt. I'll tell her what I felt and where I felt she crossed a certain boundary. I just need you to acknowledge it and go, yes, I was there, and you did.
You did cross that
boundary.
Yes.
That's all I need you to do. I don't need you to jump in or do anything else. But I want her to understand that you are on my side, and we both agree that what she did was wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you agree with what she did was wrong. And if he says, no, I don't think anything, well, that's your first problem.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how many times you talk to the mother, the son's just going to justify her actions later. So you need to come in with a game plan where you talk to your husband first and go, hey, I want to talk to you, and I want us to talk to your mother about this situation. Because right there, that's when you can fight with each other. That's when you can go, but it's not a big deal. No, it is. This is why it's a big deal. And then your husband goes, okay. That fight has to happen between you two before you bring in mom.
Yep.
And then have that conversation with mom. And let her express herself. This is what you make me feel. This is not okay. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to turn to her son, and the son needs to go, Mom, I think she's right.
Yeah.
And then,
No, perfectly said. If you come in as a team, the mom, like, it's hard for her to refute that.
Exactly, because the only pillar she can hold on to is telling her, no, you're wrong.
But be respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're being respectful. But that is something that you square away with your husband before you even walk in. If not, it's just...
What if your husband's like, nah?
But that's that. Now you know where you stand, though. Why even talk to the mother-in-law?
Yeah.
The problem is the husband.
Yes.
If your husband can be clueless...
But how does the mom cope with that? Like, how does the mom, like, now deal with, oh, dang, now this is what I have at home. This is the man that I'm having.
You go to therapy and you get sessions and you work it out.
Exactly.
But you at least acknowledge that there's a problem there. Like his mama's boy and he won't let go of the titty. That's it.
That's like
that's what we're dealing with. But at least as a woman, you know, okay, that's what I have at home.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, you always go, look for a man that treats his mother good because he's going to treat you the same way. That was the old saying.
Yeah.
Look for somebody like your mother, a respectful woman out there.
Yeah.
Something nice. Hey, there you go.
So you're saying don't do that anymore?
No.
Probably not.
Times have changed.
Yes. But I mean, I think that's a better plan. I mean, you go, you talk to your husband, you're both on the same team.
Yeah. Okay.
Because men are clueless. Sometimes we're just nice. We're just like, hey, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's so many gender reveals I see online that are like, where the bros go and hang. They, oh, great job, you having a boy, dude, and they're like all hugging, and then it's like, and the wife's like way over there, like rubbing her belly.
What about the guy that finds out it's a girl and just loses it?
Yeah,
Like so immature, like this.
oh my God.
Like an 18-year-old kid kicking stuff around like a
so dumb.
like a little tantrum.
That's horrible.
That
Have you seen
I always
it?
think
I've
of
seen it.
like
Oh my
I always
God.
think of the kid growing up and looking at those videos when they're
I know.
older.
No, the daughter going like, thanks a lot.
You
Dad."
wanted a boy, and like no wonder I've always been miserable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh God, don't do that.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's why I don't like gender reveals, because I'm like, well, what if the, what are we gonna get? Like, not because of the baby. It's more of like how are they gonna react?
It's all a scam. It's like Elf on the Shelf. It's another thing that society wants to sell you on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
There's
true.
a new market for revealing babies.
I never know what to take to those parties. Like, is it a baby shower or do I take like, I don't know, a weenie?
We
¿Qué llevas? Do you take a
Is
gift?
it different? I thought it was all done in
No.
the baby shower.
No, they do separate ones now.
Oh, so you get more. Oh, no, you're just
parties
milking it
now, bro.
now.
You're
just
milking it. You're milking it.
No, that's too
No.
many gifts, man. No.
It's too much, man.
Anyways,
Right?
we have a real fan question.
Wait, before we go back to it, before we go,
Mm.
do rich people do gender reveal?
They have money. They don't need all this.
This is what I'm saying, right? Because usually the videos that I see with gender reveal they're all broke. They're at somebody's backyard. You know what I mean? The dirt's in the back. The kids are running around.
You know what I don't get is a baby shower with banda. Like, like if you have a baby shower, it's because you need stuff for your baby, right? But if you're paying for the banda, which is like a band, right?
Yeah,
like a
that's
live
it.
band, you could have used that money to buy all the stuff you needed for your baby.
Exactly, that is
Why
true.
are we doing a baby
Why didn't
shower?
you use the banda money?
Yeah, why are we doing this? Like, what?
Now, I'll give you this. Maybe you're dating the guy from the cartel. I got it. I
That's
got
different.
it. But even no.
But don't
even
ask for
then-
gifts.
Even then, you
Then
gotta be
you-
smart, girl, because this is only for the 4 to 5 year. It's like a football career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. It's gonna be for good for 4 to 5 years. You gotta make your money and then snuggle it away.
But if you want to celebrate your your baby, like we did go to a nice one time. We went to a nice baby shower, but they gave us gifts because they had they had so
Oh,
much
yeah.
money. It was beautiful. It was overlooking.
Oh, that's right. You told me about
It
that.
was overlooking like the mountain hills and green, and
I was
And we got gifts.
Host it. That's that. I mean, like I'm like okay, like they hired.
I
me
was
to
like,
host this
dang,
baby
I want to be like that kind of money. Like I gave you gifts for coming to my party. What?
shower. She was wearing like these high heels. And
She was
I'm like,
great. It was
"Lady,
great."
You're pregnant.
I know. I was all scared. Catch you.
But it was a nice baby
Beautiful.
shower. That one was fancy.
Yeah,
We
that
got
was
gifts.
cool. I've never been to one like that.
Oh my god, man.
So if you're throwing baby showers and you're giving the guest gifts, that's
You can have banda.
yeah, you can have banda, you can have whatever you want, right?
That's when you can have banda.
Man, these things are getting out of hand, bro.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right, for the question.
Mhm.
So this is coming from, oh my gosh, and I didn't write down his name, but I'll tag him. It says, how do you deal with retroactive jealousy when the story they told you was based on a lie or a fantasy of what they wished it would have been? And it turns out that it was really an abusive relationship she was in.
Explain that to me.
I'm trying to understand it too in English. It sounds like he didn't know something was broken and then it turned out to be broken. And now he's having to like deal with that.
Yeah,
That makes sense?
Let me get let me give a crack at it because
Okay.
I read it and just sort of like sat with it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he was saying was, he has this girlfriend who talked about this old relationship and how amazing it was, right? And so he started to get kind of jealous about it, and he ends up finding out, oh, it's actually an abusive relationship. She was kind
Yeah.
of lying about that, but he's still jealous with the old story that she was giving him, like
Because that's what she wants
exactly.
Okay.
in this relationship. So she probably was like, let me hype this one up.
Yeah,
And then it turned out to be like complete opposite.
yeah.
Her ex relationship.
Okay, but her expectations were like, oh, my other relationship, he would cater to me, he would bring me flowers.
Pretty much.
he
Something
would
like
do
that.
all
Yeah, let's just assume that was the best
So-
relationship
so,
you
you know,
can think of.
So to encourage this relationship to do so,
Yeah.
right? And then when it didn't turn out that way,
Yeah.
but he found out, oh, it's all bull.
Yeah. Is this kind of like the same
she
thing as
tell
like
him
our first topic?
Yeah, I was about to say, kind of sounds like it, right?
Huh?
It's kind of like our first topic that we talked about, like he based on a lie.
Yeah,
The
oh yeah,
relationship
it's
based on lie, yeah.
based on a lie.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because now you're holding me up to certain standards
Mm-hmm.
as a husband, And I don't feel like I meet up to those standards because you painted a picture of a guy that was perfect. That your ex relationship, he did this and this and this to you, and I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses and keep up with what you were telling me. And now you're telling me this was all made up. It was not true. It was completely opposite, and you were holding me up to a certain standard.
Right.
This is being deceitful.
That
You're
is
lying.
And, the other thing that kind of caught. Oh, well, if you want.
No, I was just like, how do you deal with that? That's what he's asking.
The thing that even caught my attention is how does he know so much about this past relation? Like, why was she talking so much about it?
Because it upset him. It bothered him.
No, well, I mean, as in like the girl. Why is she talking so much about this previous relationship?
Because she's hoping this guy's not a monster. Because the one she had prior didn't do that. So she made this up.
Yeah.
And so that's why she said, no, I'll set up expectations with his guy. And I'm pretty sure it was, my ex-boyfriend never bought me flowers. And then all of a sudden she had flowers. Oh, is this how it works? Oh, my ex-boyfriend never bought me clothes. Yeah. Oh, is that how I get shit? Oh, you know what I mean?
Or like he bought me flowers all the time. Yeah. So you buy me flowers. Like, you know what I mean? Like it seems more like the other way, expectation. It was the other way. It was the other way. So he's like, I guess I got to buy her flowers. And I guess I got to get her a Beamer instead of like a Honda Accord.
Yeah. Or even if it was just promises. Oh, my ex was going to give me a BBL.
Of course you went there.
Yeah, no, why not? Because I would be very pissed if I said, I got her a BBL and her ex wasn't going to get her anything. It was all bull.
Yeah, and now he paid for all her body.
Yeah, like what?
Look at our expectations and fantasies over here.
I know. Richard, what was that TikTok? Chichona o nalgona?
Chichonas o nalgonas. Chichonas o nalgonas. Las dos, hombre.
Las dos.
Why do I have to pick? Oh my God. Well, it is a betrayal.
He wants to know how to deal with that. And it kind of goes back to the same scenario as our first topic, I feel like, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Perfectly said. One of the things that he has to do is take a step back and understand he actually is in a good position, assuming he wants to make it work. You have the position that now you know the truth and you can deal with that. So the first thing I would tell him to do is to let's work on reframing this whole situation, because she told you this not because she was trying to hurt your feelings, but you said it perfectly actually, which was she had this horrible relationship and she was trying not to have that again. She was trying to have a better relationship moving forward. She just didn't use a good strategy that was healthy.
Yeah.
That ended up messing him up.
Yeah, you were being deceitful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
She probably didn't mean it
exactly
in a bad way.
The intention I'm sure was good, but the implementation caused damage. Yeah. And so, that's the first thing to reframe and now you have a chance of actually developing a good, true relationship with this person. Number two, what is it that she's craving? What are her needs? Because in those things she was telling you, she was trying to communicate something to you in kind of a crappy way. But pay attention to that and we can start working on that. And then number three is the insecurity, because insecurity is where jealousy comes from.
Yes.
You feel insecure. Why do you feel insecure? What about it makes you feel insecure? How can we start dealing with that? One of the things I tell people when it comes to insecurity is, what can you do to empower yourself? Because we can talk about it all day, and that's great. But we need to do something so that you feel empowered, so that you're not stuck in, girls don't like me. Okay, work out, learn how to communicate, learn how to be more charming. There's things you can do. You don't have to be stuck in that. And that's something that I would tell the patient. I want you to feel empowered that you have the power to have a really great relationship, So those would be some of the things I would do with that patient.
Hey, man, I know what that feels like. I was dating a girl when I was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
At Prajín, and her boyfriend was in a grupo romance, and they had a CD out.
It was in La Banda? Really? It was in La Banda?
Boyfriend. And I had to take out orders and get his CD out of the box and put it in the orders. Like,
oh my God, no.
My girlfriend. And now I'm going to her job was to scan the CDs and
imagine
cassettes.
This guy knew you were doing that.
Dude, and then now he's scanning the CDs and cassettes that I brought her.
Of her ex.
Of romance.
Of her ex-boyfriend.
Yes, of her ex-boyfriend, dude. Talk about insecurity.
Yeah. Are you still hurt? You need EMDR for
No,
that?
no, but maybe we need that.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, you know,
but-
I'm
but-
right here.
but you go like, damn, like I'm never gonna be with romance.
No.
So, so you do feel like a little insecure, and it was weird for me because in high school I was a man. Like nothing touched me, dude. I didn't care. I was like,
Except for this guy.
except for romance, yes, except for this guy because he had a band, and a CD.
So Maria, if you're listening, I bet you she's back with romance. What if she got back with
Well, I'm a
romance?
comic now, so there you go, and I got a CD out. Too. I got a comedy special.
It's back in your CDs now.
That's right.
Yeah, they're pulling out my orders now.
Oh no.
But no, to this guy, I mean, I feel for him. I just know it's everything you're feeling is normal, but go talk to someone. Start dealing with this stuff. Like, don't just get angry and not deal with it. If that's one thing that I will say, guys, we really suck at is we don't go get help. We don't go talk to
You
someone.
guys suck at a lot of things.
We do suck at a lot of things like that, you know. And we're not very good with our emotions. I mean, that's one thing that surprised me that I thought that was really cool. You started talking about a couple weeks back. You said you've been really getting into emotional intelligence, learning more about it.
Yes.
And if that's actually the one thing, if I had 5 minutes to work with the couple,
Yeah.
I would just say two things. Number one, for the guy, learn to be emotionally intelligent. Learn how to deal with emotions and how to co-regulate your wife to help her emotionally. Done. That's it. For the wife, I would just say learn how to communicate better, because I will say women think they're good at communicating, but they're actually pretty terrible, if I'm being honest with you. Or let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. It's not that you guys suck at communicating. You guys are not very good at listening. Women do not listen very well.
I'll give you that.
Tell her again, because I don't think she listened.
I'll give you that. I'll give
say
you
that again. No.
I'll give you that.
No, but I mean it. Like, women
Yeah.
communicate very differently.
I know I hear things a lot different. Sometimes when Richard says something, I'm like,
Yeah.
Did he just tell me what?
But that's what happens though. And so and think about it this way. Let's say you give Richard a bad reaction, right? And he's like, "What the hell?" Right? Guess what he just learned? You're not a safe person to actually say my real thoughts to.
Because that's exactly how I feel, by the way.
You're horrible.
He's just like,
Are you giving me the sign? Are you giving Irvin the sign?
I want to order a pizza.
yeah. There
I'm not that bad.
No.
Actually, today I was a little mean to you. Oh no, I wasn't mean.
No, she.
No, I wasn't mean, but I was like, I was frustrated because let's explain a little bit how that works, right? So, like you said, women, you know, we don't communicate that well, and I don't always communicate what I need.
Yeah.
And I should have communicated this before, right? But Mondays is my long day. It's like I work 8 to 5. I got the kid. I gotta make dinner. I gotta come to the podcast. We gotta do all this stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. And everybody ate and then left. Me dejaron el cochinero. All the mess was right there. So I'm over here like, I can't leave the trash. I can't leave all this mess because we're gonna go to the podcast. And he's over there chilling, smoking in the garage, and I'm over here thinking, this mother. He's over here just relaxing. The kid's over here on my butt. Like,
I was
mom.
sending emails for tomorrow and getting the address for.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
I know you don't.
I don't know that. But when I walk into the garage,
He's just chilling.
it stinks. You know,
Yes.
like he's been relaxing.
No, that meant focusing. That's when I'm working.
You know what I'm talking about,
the
Irvin?
ideas are cooking.
And now I'm mad because I'm like, he's been over here smoking and relaxing. And I'm like, you know what? Next Monday, when you eat, you guys are going to help me clean up in the kitchen. And that was my way of communicating. That was my way of communicating instead of like talking about this yesterday. Maybe like tomorrow, you know, we're just going to have
emotional
McDonald's.
intelligence came in and said, "You're right. Okay."
He didn't even fight me. He did not fight me. Emotional intelligence is coming in like strong.
Yeah.
And like I think we've been in a better place because of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm like, man, actually I was thinking about that like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, we've been in a good place. We've been really nice to each other. Like we haven't really been fighting.
Controlling the monster. It's you. I've been on my tippy toes. You're the one that's relaxed because I'm like taming the lion. All right.
So you're in the cage with the lion.
He's emotionally intelligent.
Yes, but it's exhausting. I'm like, all right, don't forget. I need to break. This lady's crazy.
I know, and I'm like, and then I'm here I come. Like, you said you were gonna clean the backyard for 3 days now. And then he's like, no, for real today. And I'm like, you said that yesterday?
But then the winds come. So
Yeah, that's true. To be fair,
the
that's
winds.
true.
The winds?
The winds, babe.
The winds have not been here for like 5 days.
Listen, conversation we can have after the podcast. Please, can we move on?
But
to
that's what I'm
this?
saying. Like,
Yes. Can we
you know,
go?
communication
Yes.
is different.
Can we go to the next question, please?
All right, we're gonna have therapy offline.
Yeah, that's not what we pay in the company.
Our engineer's like, oh no. All right. At the end of our last episode, not the previous two, I guess, we talked about incels, and you left us on a cliffhanger. You said you're going to talk about
That's
this on
nasty,
this
dude.
one.
That's like family members.
And this was
right?
after talking about men that hold on to their virginity,
Yeah.
and like that's what you thought we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means, and
Yeah,
I want.
the incel?
Can you explain that?
Yeah, what's a
Explain what
incel?
that is to us and
Yeah.
make us smarter.
Incel is like a acronym or shorthand that they use. It goes for involuntarily celibate.
Oh,
So basically saying these guys can't get laid.
involuntarily.
Involuntarily
Oh.
celibate. So there's people celibate like, I'm not going to have sex. I'll wait till marriage.
Mhm.
These guys are, I can't get with someone. Like no one wants to be with me. No one wants to sleep with me. And it's sad because there's more and more men are starting to be that.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember reading this study that came out 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And it was saying guys between the ages of 18 and 30, I want to say, about, I think it said something like, what was it, 30% maybe?
Mhm.
Maybe 30 or 40% of guys between that age range haven't been on a date or haven't had sex with anyone in the last year.
That's a lot.
And that's a lot of people. And so this is becoming more and more prevalent. And I get to talk to a lot of single people, both single women, single guys. The dating pool sucks right now. It's horrible. And so anyways, incels are basically people who, these guys are choosing to go the wrong path. They're getting angry at women. They're starting to kind of hate women. They're kind of like the opposite of a feminist, but like for men.
Mhm.
And so they look at women as they're the ones with the power. They're the ones that are kind of screwing up
I was
things.
just about to tell
Yeah.
you this.
Yeah.
What, Richard?
Exactly what he just said.
Tell us.
Because I can see now men are going like very standoffish.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with these women, and I don't want to do this and I want to do that because now I'm gonna be a victim. And I felt some of that too, where I have to watch what I say now. I can't say certain things because now people are gonna get offended, or I can't express myself in this way because now I'm a feminist, or I'm a this, I'm a that.
You're labeled.
They'll put a label right on you. The Me Too movement has everybody scared. Can I hold your hand? Can I even say anything? Is this assault? We have comedians that had consensual sex with other women, and then they call it rape.
Yep.
So when you're scared of anybody in society can just accuse you of rape at any moment. If you're inside a woman, she says stop, and you
You're
don't
already
stop
in there.
quick enough, she now considers this to be rape. She can, at any moment, you can be inside of her, you can start having intercourse, but if she says stop, and you didn't stop immediately, or at least as fast as she felt she's comfortable with, she now is going to accuse you of rape.
Yep.
And when you live in a society where now you're being convicted and you have to fight for your freedom, for a woman that's not mentally stable, that she knows that the law is on her side, so now, I don't know if she likes to be a victim, I don't know what mental status she has, but I know that now I have to fight for my freedom because this woman now feels that I raped her. And that's a lot of men out there that now see that stigma, and it's out there, and they're like, I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be alone because I don't want to be accused of any of this stuff.
That's
It's easier
tough.
just to avoid problems. Forget it. Go ahead. I think that's what it is. I mean, look at our society.
So really, they were like expecting or waiting on the woman to approach them, if anything at all, because it's impossible for you to approach a woman because you're scared.
And you know, there's actually separate groups that like I'm learning more about as I'm kind of reading up on it. Incels are the ones that like, I mean, I'll just say the stereotype, which they're usually overweight. They don't take care of themselves. They don't really have a job. They
In
still
Richard's
live.
eyes.
You know,
You're married, Richard.
Put a finger down. Bring
You're
a finger
already
down.
married.
I'm over here at 4 fingers, bro.
You're like, damn.
Damn, I'm there. I don't really have a job.
Either that,
I'm overweight. I don't take care of
either
myself.
that, or you're already comfortably married for too many years.
Okay.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but they usually live with their parents, or they just have nothing going on in life. A lot of them have never even had a girlfriend. They could be 30 and they don't even have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I mean by involuntarily celibate. Like they I'll be honest, they have a really distorted view of like what women want. They think they want a man that's like, 6'4", super good looking, jacked, super rich, all these things. And so they get stuck in this place where they're just so angry that they're not that, and a little bit of entitlement that they feel like women owe them because they haven't had the chance to have sex. So a lot of resentment, stuff like that. What you were referring to, though, with guys being like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with women, is I think it's called MGOW, men going their own way. It's a new movement that's like started the last 5 years. Basically, men saying, we're going to sleep around, but I'm not going to give women commitment. I'm done with that. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit me to get married. Women, it's just marriage is a scam. I'm just going to get rich and sleep with as many women as I can.
I don't know. That sounds like a bargain to me.
I'm bargaining.
But at the end of the day, listen, we do ultimately, at least for me, I don't know, I can't speak for other men, but for me, I wanted a partner. Life is tough, and it's tough doing it alone. And when you have a partner and somebody to lean on, that's beautiful, because you don't have to carry the burden of life, of living by yourself. Your problems, your worries, you can share them with somebody else. If you're okay at night sleeping alone and maybe one day having a nurse wipe your ass because you didn't create any atmosphere for anybody to care for you, you didn't set a crop, you didn't plant anything, so don't expect anything at the end of the day. You better make money. Because if you're broke, now you're just an old man broke with nothing to offer. But you live life to the max.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
I know somebody who is trying to date young, just about like that age range in late 20s. They're having difficulty because everything it's online now. Everything's on social media, or you meet people on like whatever Bumble or whatever websites these are, right? But these women have high expectations. They see a picture and they're like, oh, cute, and then start talking, and they're looking for money. They're looking for all these expectations, so they never get to date, because they expect so much out of you now, on paper. They want to see it on paper before they even come and say hi to you.
Before you even continue, can I? And the point I want to make is, you described the guy that's overweight, doesn't take care of his body, lives with his mom, has nothing going for himself, and he goes and he tries to hit on a 10, and she says no. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was like maybe a 3 or a 4, and he would hit for 10s. And he goes, see, none of these girls. I was like, well, no shit. You're a 3, bro. Why don't you swim around the 3s, see what you can get? You know what I mean? Like go ask a 3 out, a 4 out, a 5. You know what I mean? But you're going for a 10, and you get mad. See, I can't find true love. No, you're trying to find a 10. Like a lot of these guys that are out there living at their mom's, I guarantee you they flourish. Some of these guys that their self-esteem is to the trash, if they just lowered their expectations.
Right.
And they really looked at another shy girl that maybe she's not the most attractive, maybe she's a little overweight, maybe she's not the prettiest, but if they asked her out, she'd probably go, dude, nobody's ever asked me out.
Yeah.
I love to go out with you. And then they start talking and they start building their self-esteem. And once they start building their self-esteem, they're like, oh, this is great. This is not that hard. I can talk to girls. Oh, shit. And then they can go and meet another girl. And little by little, they're going to build their self-esteem. But for those guys that don't have girls out there, I'll never find love. Bro, go find another girl at your level. I guarantee you she ain't doing shit. Think about what you're doing. You're not doing nothing either.
Yeah.
So why don't you meet up with her and you both do nothing together?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But they don't lower their
And
expectations.
the more you're with
either.
somebody, the more they become prettier to you, like to your liking. You get comfortable
a
with.
thing.
It's a thing, right? They don't always have to be like 10s or 9s or 8,
But
whatever.
now we're trying to make excuses for the lady that married that guy just for his money.
No, but I'm saying like, I mean, I dated guys that I
Hey,
think were
I
cute.
thought you said you did.
Before you. I thought you were so cute. Still. But before I dated, like, I remember dating, like, I didn't think they were that great. But like, once you start dating somebody, you get to know them, like, they change on you, and you're like, okay, he's not that bad looking, you know.
And I've seen those guys that are the quiet ones that don't have. Once they get a girlfriend,
flourish.
They're like, oh shit. They
women too. Women do that too.
Yeah.
You know, we get a little bit of more makeup on. We start adding like you because you feel better. You feel good about yourself.
You know what I mean? You're doing something now. So
Right.
for those guys, lower your expectations. Have you asked that shy girl that you go to like Starbucks with out?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She's not doing shit. You're not doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you. You're more likely to have success in person. Like, I think, I'll be honest, the worst, especially when you read on all this research when it comes to like dating online, it's the worst. I would not recommend it to anyone. You know, on Tinder and all these other websites where, you know, you're swiping and you're accepting.
Yeah.
Women, 80% of the time, or women reject 80% of the men they see online, just across the board.
Yeah.
Simply because they're not good enough, or they don't make enough money, they're not, rich, or whatever the case is. But women are really picky, and men are the opposite. We're more likely to like be open. So guys are actually accepting 80% of the women that they see online, and women are the complete opposite.
They're like, we matched. Well, yeah, he accepted everybody.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's why I tell men, like, it's not good. Like, only the top of the top good-looking people do really well online. That is not if you're just an average-looking person, just go out somewhere. It could be the gym, it could be church, it could be school, it could be a club or a thing that you go to. You're going to have way more success there. But stop wasting your time online, because for the average guy, it's just not going to work out.
But I think it's very hypocritical of you, you know, and looking in the mirror going like, okay, I'm a 3, I'm a 4. And you're out there, would not give a hello to a 3 or 4 if it's a girl.
Yeah.
Like, you don't acknowledge her. Like, listen, they don't like you because the way you look. They don't like her because the way she looks. Why don't you like each other? That's what I'm saying. It's so hypocritical of you to judge people and go, oh, they're only looking for the buff guy with the 6-pack. Bitch, you too. You're only looking for the hot chick with the baby BBL. You know what I mean? Like, there's a girl without that, and you don't talk to her.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't be a hypocrite. Go talk to her.
Shoot your shot.
That's what I'm saying. Take your shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, if she says no to you, man, that sucks.
You can come to Weber Counseling. I mean,
yeah, go to Weber Counseling.
There you go. Yeah, EMDR that.
Or go to Tijuana and get surgery, bro. Do something.
Get that BB.
Get your BB.
get your
Get your boobs.
Get your boobs done, bro.
They're all hairy.
Hey, relax with their perky. They're nice.
Yours are nicer than mine. Can I look at those? Hey, great conversation topic right there.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. There you go.
I'd be like asking.
Yeah.
Excuse me, where'd
That's
you
an
get
icebreaker.
those?
An icebreaker.
Oh, you mean this rack? Nice.
Well, let's close it up. But I really want to talk about. I was telling Richard this the other day. I go, what's up with these pictures of like, well, girls will post a picture of like their man, but they never show their face. They never show their face, and they never like they'll take a picture of like them holding hands, and you only see the hand of the guy and the girl. But like, why don't we ever see his face? And then Richard told me, he's like, it's because they're dating somebody else. It's a big red flag. I'm like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. Why
Tell me
wouldn't you let
about
your
that.
girl show your face on social media?
Like,
Because
some
you don't want other girls to go to their page, because you're going to comment on it. And right away, if I'm a girl and if I like this guy and I see a girl comment on there, this is, ooh, you look cute. I will go straight to their profile. Is this his girlfriend? And then I'll look for pictures of them together.
So maybe she's just a side girl?
No, she could be the main girl, but your man's a dog. He's cheating.
Or he's trying to?
Who's telling you to block your man's face? I guarantee you as your man. If women love to share their man.
Yeah, I do.
Women love to go, this is my man, this is who I am,
My man.
this is what we're doing. And they show his face everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Now all of a sudden you want to be mysterious with your man? Nah.
Why can't
He
we-
asked
yeah.
you to cover my face on all the posts. I don't want
I don't want to be on social media. I don't
Exactly.
like
They
it.
play that tough guy. Really, dude? You don't even have a job. Who the hell cares if you're on social media?
Big
It's that.
C ladies, beware.
Yes.
Beware.
If your man says cover my face, I don't want my face all over your social media.
Yeah.
Girls,
I'm a
trust me.
private guy.
Red flag
I'm
right
a
there.
private
Listen,
guy.
as a husband, I don't care if my wife has my face on there. I'm good with it. Shit.
And we were dating.
You're married.
I posted you. I think. I don't remember if
I don't know.
I don't know. Was there social media when we dated?
No, I don't think so. We had letters though. We had the post office.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you people remember
We're
the
not that
post
old.
office.
But
That's how people communicated.
we did text.
Yeah.
I text Morse code. We
Oh my gosh, you guys are out of control.
No.
Any closing thoughts?
Anything? Any closing thoughts on the virgins?
On the
In
really simple, because a lot of them are anxious and depressed. Take care of yourself. That's just it. Start spending time with friends and family. Start taking care of your body, and preferably start to learn how to talk to people. Like my first patient, I would consider him a incel.
Cry, bro. You good?
you made him cry. You made him cry.
Cough on the
Mike.
on the mic. I don't need to be spreading cooties here.
Too late.
Too late though. But
Sorry.
no. My first patient, I would have considered him probably an incel. You know, he was in his mid-30s, overweight. He had a good job, but he was just depressed. He never went out. And what we ended up doing was we had him lose weight. Just literally, I told him, go get the mail. Like, just start going to check the mail every day. That's like a 5-minute walk. And once he started getting movement, he started feeling like, oh, I'm doing something in life, right? Like, he didn't feel lazy.
Yeah.
And he started taking showers because he wasn't taking showers.
That's important,
Yeah,
guys.
smell
That is
good. Smell
important.
good. I love smells.
Man. And so he started cleaning his room, and we just slowly built him up. And he ended up losing weight. He ended up learning, like, to spend time with his family, to feel like people give a damn about him. And so suddenly a lot of this anger started going away towards women because he just felt like he belonged with someone.
Yeah.
Just even with family. It wasn't even romantic. And so he lost weight. He was taking care of his body. He was getting connections with people. And I was teaching him just how to talk to people. Just genuinely communicating, asking questions. And, you know, he started talking to women, and it completely, this was a different man.
Now, if I have a brother or a sister that's going through this, how do I help? Because, like, at the end of the day, that's a man that decided, hey, I want to change in my life. I feel depressed. This is not the way I want to live my life. That's somebody that came to that conclusion. But as family members, we see them and we go, ooh, how do I help them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice could you give people at home? You have a family member going through this. How do you help them?
Obviously, besides encouraging them to go to therapy, the other thing you could do is spend time with them. Make them feel like someone actually cares about them. That's one of the most dangerous thing with people like that. They isolate.
Yeah.
And they get more depressed, more anxious, and they get into that pattern. So have them get out, like live life. Like that's one of the easiest ways to prevent people from getting suicidal and overly depressed. Get them out of the house, spend time with them, make them feel like someone actually cares about them. And then the other thing is encourage them to start getting involved in things where they're connecting with people. Like if they like video games, I did this with this guy. I told him, start playing video games with people online and start talking to people. And he did. He ended up finding a group that he became really good friends with, and they ended up meeting in person.
Oh wow.
So that's one of the things I encourage them to get out, spend time with them, and encourage them to connect with other people, because that'll start solving a lot of the problems. That's the easiest thing you could do with them.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Last thoughts. New Year's coming. I have a few announcements. The Fox Theater, and I'm making it official. I talked to my manager today. We're blocking it out for the end of November, beginning of December. The name of the tour is Humor and Healing, and it's going to be dealing with everything that like these questions, virgins. We're going to talk about all that material on the tour, and at the end of that big theater show, once we do the special, because that's where we're going to shoot it. And this is a big deal, guys. The Fox Theater is huge. It's I think 1,800 people to fill this place up. So that is my goal for next year, is getting that big theater sold out. And then we bring this guy up so we can close off the special with a big bang. So I'm going to be touring my tour all over the U.S. We're starting with Tempe, Arizona. Then we're heading out to Chicago in February. And I'm only doing one state a month leading up to this big event that we're doing here in Riverside. So that's the big news I have. Anything else? That's it?
I think me and Irvin are shocked and nervous already.
Oh, no, it's going to
No,
be
excited.
great.
We're
We're
"Ooh."
excited. So
But it's going to be great.
it's great.
I can't wait to hear the questions.
Thank you very much, guys. Keep bringing those questions in. This is Humor and Healing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Clovis Realty. Thank you very much for sponsoring this show. Listen, sometimes it works out, so you're going to have to sell this home. Why not go to them? You're in good hands. What if it does work out and you want to buy a home? Go with them. So thank you very much for sponsoring this show. We'll leave the email. You can contact Ignacio. Tell him I sent you.
I'd like to thank the sponsors of this podcast, one of them being Weber Counseling Services. It's actually somewhere that I work. If you need any sort of mental health needs from family therapy, couples counseling, individual, or any trauma work, we are the clinic for you. We have several qualified therapists there, me included. And one of the things that I really want to specify is that we do EMDR. It's therapy used for trauma work. So if there's something that you have a hard time getting past, that's something that I really highly recommend.
One of our sponsors that provides us this beautiful home where we can bring you all this information is Fairway Staffing. They allow us to come to the studio and provide you with this kind of content. So please support them if you are looking for any workforce, any employees for companies, fundraisers, whatever event you have, you need manpower, they can help you. Fairway Staffing at fairwaystaffing.com.